All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I'm a little busy this weekend, but I'm going to try to crank out one more video here. I am doing a viewer request on the Bitcoin altcoin stock. So we're going to look at Coin, Marathon, Riot, and BTBT. That'll be our 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Look, Coin bothers me a lot, and I'll talk about it in detail when we get there. But I see a stock that's going, sorry, whoops, I just moved that a little bit. Whatever, it's okay. We're not here for perfect. I see a stock that's moving horizontally now, as well as a stock that was moving horizontally not that long ago from now. So to me, that's a scary repeating itself, all right? And some people might say, hey, it was down here before and now it's at least up here. To me, I don't see that, all right? So we'll talk about Coin, but yeah, I'm going to give you an interesting perspective, all right? I at least think, okay? Going into the other ones, honestly, I don't know them as much. This isn't really a sector I trade too often, so most of this will be done pretty fresh. But yeah, before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these are setting up short term, excuse me. I have these horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here, giving me your time, super appreciated, all right? Really quickly, the Discord group links are in the chat or in the comments on the YouTube video. Check out the group. You're in good hands with either, all right? So, again, this is going to be a little faster than I normally go, and I do apologize, but look, this stock was horizontal from February roughly till July. All right, we were basically living in this $65 world, sometimes higher, sometimes lower, sometimes higher, sometimes lower, you know what I mean? We are now doing that exact same thing, presumably on that 81 line. I don't like a stock that goes horizontally. All right. I often joke, you might as well put your money in a bank. Because if you're telling me between February and let's just say June, I'm going to stay pretty much exactly at $65, put your money in the bank and save yourself the gray hairs from the scares. Because, you know, you might have seen this fly. You might have added a lot only to watch it come down. You might have seen this. You might have added a lot only to watch it come down. You might have gotten so tired right here that you sell only to watch it. Like, dude, just put your money in the bank and save yourself the gray hairs or just trade something else. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like is forming right here. Okay, and you know, it's one of those things where I don't like a stock that tells me it's going horizontal. Like it is what it is, you know. My personal preference is not telling you to, you know, think like me by any means, right? But honestly, I have very little confidence that it's going to break the 50. And at the very same time, I have the equal amount of confidence that it's going to lose. Like I have no, like this thing will struggle to lose the 200. This thing will struggle to break the 50, and it's probably going to just move horizontally between the two. You know, again, there's some positive to say that, hey, we're at least in the 80s and not in the 40s. You know, better than the 60s that we were at, like I said, a couple months ago. But yeah, if you're telling me you know how to go horizontally, what am I supposed to expect but horizontally, right? And again, it's a little bit louder here. You can see it, nothing but pretty much complete horizontalness from February to actually pretty much today. Right? Like we're only a couple dollars higher from where we were in February, right? Like that's not necessarily a good thing, right? So I'm not necessarily liking this. The one back of the head thought I do have, look, I don't know if a government shutdown would be good for these stocks because in a lot of ways, Bitcoin is kind of like a rebellious currency, right? And if the thing that they're rebelling against just shut down and kind of in some way signaled like weakness and failure, hey, maybe it puts a little extra strength to the altcoins. I don't know. I really don't know. But just a back of the head thought. Let me know what you think there. But overall, Coin, nothing to be impressed with. All right. So let's move to Marathon. Again, moving a little quicker than I normally do. Look, this is a stock I kind of like, all right? I like one that goes parabolic up and parabolic down. Knock on wood, I can catch it, right? And look, if you see a stock lose the 8 and come to the 20, hey, it better recover. Once you start to lose the 8 and the 20, the expectation is you're coming to the 50. Once you lose the 50, the expectation is you're coming to the 100. Once you lose the 100, the expectation is you're coming to the 200, all right? Once you lose all 5, the expectation is you die, right? And very quickly, once we lost this, we're down another 20%, let alone what we were up here and up here, right? So gotta love the moving averages. I'm telling you, for so many reasons, right? But yeah, this thing is below all 5 moving averages. This thing, look, I will, going back to what I just said with coin, this thing wishes it was moving horizontally like coin was, all right? So like in some ways, hey, it's better to go horizontal than down, 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 but yeah, it's better to just avoid this, right? And let the moving averages tell you when to get in and get out, right? As well as with the other ones. But yeah, this isn't looking that good. This really isn't, right? Maybe it'll break the 8 moving average. Like we've tried once, we've tried twice, we've tried 3 times, maybe. I think there's more reason to believe it'll fail down. If it does break it, hey, there might actually be a pretty good move up to this like 975, right? Like red might be a quick green. I really doubt it gets over $10. I think that's going to be a hard struggle, to say the least, all right? So, the one last thing to call out, that's horrible volume. It's horrible volume. Pretty much since it like stopped going up too. Like this just was nothing but red sell-off on top of very minimal days over that 50 moving average. Yeah, this one's looking rough for sure. So let's look at the weekly really quickly. You're under, damn, oof, there's 2 things I see. You're under all 5 moving averages. That was a pretty bad candle to lose all 5 on. The week after, the candle after was a doji, all right? This makes me believe that next week we'll either do a drastic fall down and maybe come to like 7, or hopefully we do a recovery and come back to, yeah, that number basically I gave on the other side, right? Maybe like a 960 from the weekly. What did this one say? 980? Yeah, 980. So I think one of the two is likely to happen. I'll be honest, the daily is kind of making me think this, but yeah, end of the day, look, we're still actually under the 8. So I think I'm kind of doing a silly thing by underestimating the difficulty of that, all right? So Mara, I think more than anything, I gotta say, not looking good, but yeah, maybe there's a shot at 980 here. We did coin, we did Mara, let's go to Riot. Oh, Riot, pudgy finger, sorry. Okay, excuse me, I cracked my knuckles there. I shouldn't have done that. That got recorded. Where are we with Riot? Yeah, man, kind of the exact same thing as I said with Marathon. Man, this was a harder point of losing the 8 and the 20. Once that was gone, made a lot of sense that we were going to come to the 50. From there, it was a drastic drop to the 100. And then really kind of like Marathon did. It wasn't a crazy drastic drop, but yeah, we eventually get to the 200 and eventually lose them, right? I say it all the time. I do. Break them all and fly. Otherwise, don't forget what this, damn, this thing's gone parabolic a bunch of times. Interesting. Well, I don't know Riot that well. Interesting. I kind of learned a lot as I zoomed out right there. But yeah, immediately, all I can do is, I think, echo the thoughts of what I just said on Marathon. I think there's a shot that this thing comes up to 10, 18, maybe 10. I think 10 is probably a safer number. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I think 10 is a better target. Otherwise, look, I think if we lose $9, it'll be a fat, oh, damn. It'll be a quick drop to 820, if not, maybe even just the 740. Because again, we're basically right here. I wouldn't draw one down there. I wouldn't. I would maybe draw one at like 50%. Yeah, dude. Ah, man. Losing $9 will be death for Riot. I think that's an easy thing to say and probably the most important thing. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to get over like 1020. I think 1020 is like a hard wall. And you can see 1023 is exactly what the 20 moving average is. So looking rough here for sure. BTBT. This was a J Pong special, actually. I remember this thing's crushed it, actually, since Jay brought it to the table. Unfortunately, it's starting to mimic the rest. It loses the 8 and the 20, goes to the 50, goes to the 100, goes to the 200. Doing a little better to try not to lose them all. It's at least literally sitting over 1. It is still over the 8 moving average, but man, losing $2 would be really bad. And it would basically come to this, give or take. Yeah, damn, you would lose about 50 cents on a $2 stock. 50, 50, 50. That's a 25% drop right there. I don't know if this will catch it. I don't think it will. Maybe 175 will catch it, but yeah, I think 150 is actually the stronger line right here. So look, I had to rush this. I'm so sorry. It was a viewer request I wanted to get in. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, as always, thank you.